Getting to Vladimir Putin is, for all practical purposes, impossible. He's protected by a living, breathing fortress of people and technology, a system designed not just to stop a bullet, but to neutralize the very idea of an attack. The stone-faced men in suits are just the first, most obvious layer. Beyond them is a world of invisible agents, advanced tech, and paranoid protocols that make him one of the most guarded individuals on Earth. This isn't a spy novel, it's the daily reality for Putin. We're about to journey through the layers of this system, from the visible to the invisible, from his bodyguards to the agents who test his food, and from his armored limousine to the team that allegedly collects his personal waste. This is the full picture of the security ring that has insulated the man who has been at the center of global power for over 2 decades. What does it really take to become one of the musketeers, the elite guards entrusted with Vladimir Putin's life? You might imagine they're all battle-hardened soldiers, decorated veterans from Russia's special forces. But the truth is much stranger. They aren't necessarily looking for combat vets. In fact, prior military or police experience isn't a strict requirement. They're looking for something else, a quality they call operational psychology, the ability to anticipate threats you can't even see. And that's just the first of many fascinating techniques we're about to reveal. The main agency protecting Vladimir Putin is the Federal Protective Service, or FSO, one of Russia's most secretive organizations. It's a direct descendant of the KGB's Ninth Directorate, which was tasked with protecting top Soviet leaders. Within this already elite agency, with its estimated 50,000 personnel, is an even more specialized unit, the Presidential Security Service, or SBP. This is where Putin's personal bodyguards, the men who form a human wall around him, are chosen. They sometimes call themselves the Musketeers, a title that speaks to their absolute devotion to protecting their leader. So how do you get an application on the desk of the SBP? You don't. They find you, and their criteria are brutally specific. First, there are the reported physical requirements, which sound like a casting call for a very particular role. Candidates should generally be under 35 years old. Once a guard passes this peak performance age, they are often reassigned from close protection duty. The reasoning is stark. The job demands a level of physical and mental acuity that they believe is sharpest before this age. They must stand between 175 and 190 centimeters, roughly 5 feet 9 inches to 6 feet 3 inches, and weigh between 75 and 90 kilograms, 165 to 200 pounds. This isn't about looks, it's about creating a seamless, intimidating, and interchangeable barrier. But passing the physical check is the easy part. The real test is psychological. This is where operational psychology comes in, the ability to predict dangerous scenarios and neutralize invisible threats. The FSO doesn't want fighters, it wants thinkers. The philosophy is that if a bodyguard has to fight, they've already failed their main mission, prevention. They are there to be human sensors, constantly scanning for anything out of the ordinary. To find people with this sixth sense, candidates go through a grueling battery of psychological exams, including stress tests designed to push them to their limits and extensive polygraph sessions. These tests search for a specific mental profile, someone who remains unnaturally calm under pressure, makes split-second decisions, and sees threats where others see nothing. One of the more extreme, though unverified, rumors is that guards must endure intense heat or cold without sweating or shivering, a sign of the immense discipline required. Beyond their own minds, candidates' lives are completely dissected. The FSO runs deep background checks on their families, friends, and finances, searching for any hint of foreign ties or anything that could be used as leverage. Loyalty is forensically verified, both to the state and, most importantly, to Putin personally. They also need a working knowledge of foreign languages and politics, not to make small talk, but to understand who might be approaching the president and why. Once selected, they become custodians of state secrets, privy to the president's routines, private conversations, and even his health. Because of this, Russian law forbids them from ever disclosing information they learn on the job. But what happens after a musketeer ages out? Those who have proven their loyalty are often rewarded with powerful positions. Former bodyguards have become regional governors, federal ministers, and high-ranking commanders. Alexei Dayumin, for example, a former chief bodyguard, was appointed governor of the Tula region and later the secretary of the state council. It's a system that both rewards loyalty and populates the government with men personally indebted to Putin himself, ensuring their allegiance long after they've put away their sidearms. When Vladimir Putin appears in public, a multi-layered fortress materializes around him. This protective strategy is often described as the 4 circles of security. While that's not an official Russian term, it's a perfect model for understanding the layers of this living, breathing machine. The first circle is the one you always see. The serious-looking men in tailored suits, dark sunglasses, and earpieces who surround Putin. They are the musketeers. Their job is simple and brutal. In an attack, they become a human shield, trained to sacrifice their lives without hesitation. Their hands are always in front of them, never relaxed, ready to draw a weapon or shield the president. They carry powerful sidearms, with some reports mentioning the 9mm Gurza pistol, capable of punching through body armor. But their gear is more than just guns. The briefcases they carry are rumored to be portable ballistic shields that can unfold in an instant. Even the umbrellas they hold are said to be made of Kevlar to deflect projectiles. Their sunglasses cut glare and hide where they're looking. Every item has a defensive purpose. Beyond the suits lies the second circle, where the real art of protection begins. These are the plainclothes agents, the ghosts who blend seamlessly into the crowd. They might look like anyone, tourists, officials, or journalists. Their job is to be completely inconspicuous while scanning for threats the first circle might miss. These agents are masters of operational psychology. They aren't just looking for weapons. They're looking for intent. They read body language and search for anyone who seems nervous, out of place, or overly focused on the president. While the first circle is a reactive shield, the second is a proactive tool designed to spot and neutralize a threat before it can even start. The third circle operates on the outer perimeter of an event. Their role is less subtle but just as critical. They are the gatekeepers. They form a clear barrier, controlling access to the area and stopping anyone suspicious long before they can get close to the inner circles. They act as a physical filter, making sure that anyone entering the secure zone has been assessed and is not a threat. They work with local police but answer only to the FSO. Finally, there is the fourth circle, the eyes in the sky. Positioned on surrounding rooftops, dozens of snipers create an all-seeing overwatch. During major events on Red Square, snipers are stationed on the Kremlin walls and the gum department store, their fields of fire overlapping to cover every possible angle. They are the ultimate deterrent and the final line of defense. Their presence sends a clear message to any potential attacker. From the moment you enter the area, you are in someone's crosshairs. The human element of Putin's security is just one piece of the puzzle. Backing up the musketeers is a technological fortress driven by a deep-seated paranoia designed to counter silent and unconventional threats. One of the FSO's key tools is control over the airwaves. When Putin appears in public, powerful jammers are often activated, creating an electronic bubble that blocks radio signals. This is primarily to prevent the remote detonation of bombs, but it also disables nearby cell phone signals. FSO teams also have the technical capability to track all wireless devices in the vicinity, creating a digital map of everyone present. With the rise of drone warfare, the security detail has adapted. They've been seen with portable anti-drone weapons, designed to detect and disable hostile drones, showing a clear shift in defensive strategy to counter threats from the air. The paranoia extends to the most personal aspects of Putin's life, especially his food. He doesn't eat food prepared by hosts at summits or hotels. Instead, his ingredients and personal chefs are flown in from Russia. Before any meal reaches him, it is checked. While the classic image is of a human food taster, a practice that has been reported for years but which the Kremlin denies is routine, a portable lab is also used to test meals for toxins. Perhaps the most bizarre example of this paranoia is the rumored poop suitcase. According to some media reports, whenever Putin travels abroad, a member of his detail is responsible for collecting his bodily waste in a special briefcase to be transported back to Russia. The goal is to prevent foreign intelligence from getting his DNA, which could reveal information about his health. While the Kremlin has denied this, the persistence of the rumor highlights the extreme lengths his team may go to protect not just his life, but his biological information. Even the president's own body is now part of the security apparatus. Since at least 2023, analysts reviewing footage of Putin's public appearances suggest he has started wearing concealed body armor, a measure he reportedly resisted for years. This change points to a heightened threat perception even within his own controlled environment. Finally, every trip is a massive logistical operation. Advanced teams arrive weeks or months ahead to scout locations, install surveillance equipment, and check everything. Multiple identical motorcades often leave from a location at the same time, with only a select few knowing which one carries the president. His armored Oris Senate limousine is a fortress on wheels, able to withstand missile and chemical attacks. From the air in his flying command center to the food on his plate, every aspect of his world is obsessively controlled. If you found this look into one of the world's most complex security operations fascinating, be sure to hit the like button and subscribe for more explorations of the hidden systems that shape our world. From the human wall of the musketeers to the unseen ghosts in the crowd, And from the snipers on the rooftops to the technology that sanitizes his entire environment, the security protecting Vladimir Putin is a mind-bogglingly complex system. It's a fortress built not on a single wall, but on redundant layers of defense. The selection process that values psychology over combat experience, the four circles of steel that materialize in public, and the web of paranoid protocols all combine to create a near-total lock on his existence. This is more than just a group of bodyguards. It's an intelligence agency with a singular focus and nearly limitless authority. The sheer scale of it all speaks volumes, not only about the man at its center, but about the world of threats, real or perceived, it's designed to defend against.